Part 1, Repeating Patterns and Shapes.
Hey guys, welcome back for another lesson with Auburn Bay School. My name is Miss Katie.
And I'm Miss Sarah.
And we are so excited you're joining us for the second part of our unit on patterns. Remember last week we talked about patterns and we talked about how it's important to sort things so you can make a pattern. That means looking to see how things are different and
The same.
Let's take a look at our pattern on the bottom of the board to review. All right, let's see. We have a green and then a white. Green, white, green, white, green, white, green, white. So if we were going to name this pattern, what do you think we could name it? That's right, we could call it green, white. That would be a perfect name. Let's look and see what things are different and the same in our pattern. First thing we had was size. Look at these little squares right here. Are they the same size or are they a different size?
I'd say they're the same.
I think so too. So we're gonna move size over here to the same. The next thing on our list is shape. Ooh, I already said what shape this is. What shape? A square,
Yeah.
Good. And they're all squares, so we're gonna put square over here on the same. And the last one is color. What colors do you see in our pattern?
Same as the name.
Same as the name, green and
white.
white. Good, so our colors are different. We have two different colors.
Can we sort these?
Yeah, we can sort them. Let's sort them by color. I'll get all the greens.
I'll get all the whites.
Just like we practiced last week. It's kind of like taking our pattern apart.
Awesome.
There we go. So if we sorted them by what was different, we could sort them by color. And if we wanted, we could put them back into a pattern now. And remember, it's important to know that patterns repeat. When we had our pattern down here, we had green, white, and then green, white again. Green, white, and it repeats over and over.
Do you know I can make a different pattern with that?
Okay, let's try it.
Okay. Start with green.
Okay.
And then let's do white, white.
Ooh. Then repeat, green,
White, white,
green.
white. What do you think would come next? Let's look. That's right.
Right,
If you
we
guessed
did white.
white, you were right. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it repeats. Green, white, white, green, white, white, green, white, and we would have a white right there.
And what's neat is that if you want to do a different pattern, you just sort them back really quick according to their color and you're ready.
Ooh, like this
I
one.
challenge you, Katie.
Green, green,
Ooh,
white, white.
that one's different.
Uh-oh.
But we're still using the same squares.
Green,
White, white. What would come next? Green, you're right. Awesome. Now we can't finish our pattern because we don't have another green, but it's still pretty cool. All right. Speaking of repeating, I have a song I want to teach you today.
Okay.
It's about outer space. We just did a unit on outer space, so I thought you might enjoy this. Let's take all of this down, Miss Katie.
Okay.
And we need a rocket ship. So I have a
yes.
rocket ship that goes up here. Right up here. Kind of falls apart. Can you fix that? We'll put the earth down here because we're going to go from the earth. And we're going to go up to the moon. Might go up to the sun or by the sun. We need...
Ooh.
Yeah. We'll put a little alien over there. Because everybody needs... Can you put some stars up there?
Yes.
All right, and we have our little astronaut, and he is going to go on the rocket.
Sing along with us.
Okay, are you ready to learn the song? This song has repeating patterns in movements and in the words. So I'm going to teach you the movements first. Swish your hands together. Do you hear it? Swish, 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 swish. What does that remind you of?
Reminds me of when we went on a bear hunt.
Yeah, when we walk through the tall grass. Well, this time, this is going to be when we zoom, zoom, zoom. So whenever I say zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Or I may say far, 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 we're going by the stars. Or I may say fun, 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 we're going to the sun. But anytime I do that, that means we're going somewhere. Now, to get in to the rocket ship, we have to climb aboard. can't just pop in. He has to climb, climb, climb. So this is climbing. Climb aboard my rocket ship. It goes, if you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. I think you've got it. Are you ready? We're going to start off with zoom, zoom, zoom. Ready? Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Awesome. Now this time, my little guy is going to go to the sun. Can you think of a word that rhymes with sun?
Fun.
Fun. So we're going to do that one. Fun, fun, fun. We're going to the sun. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Are you ready? Fun, fun, fun. We're going to the sun. Fun, fun, fun. We're going to the sun. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Fun, fun, fun. We're going to the sun. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
Hey, Miss Sarah, I really did hear the words that were repeating. The first time we said zoom, zoom, zoom over and over again.
Yes.
And that word repeated. And the second time we said fun, fun, fun a bunch of times. And that word repeated.
You heard the repeating. Let's see if you can find the one that goes with stars.
Okay.
We're going to go by the stars.
Okay.
So it
Far,
is.
far, far.
That's right, because it's not close.
Going by the stars.
Okay, are you ready? Far, 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 we're going by the stars. Far, 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 we're going by the stars. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Far, 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 we're going by the stars. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Okay, that's fun. Can we do it all together?
Yeah, let's do it all together.
Do you want to do it, Mr. Astronaut? I do. Oh, he said he does. Okay, are you ready? We're going to leave the Earth. We're going to climb aboard the rocket ship.
And first stop is
The moon. What rhymes with moon? Is it far?
No, that doesn't sound the same.
Is it fun?
No, that doesn't sound like moon.
Moon and zoom.
Those are
Here we
pretty
go. Yeah. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! And he made it to the moon. Let's do the sun. Fun, fun, fun. We're going to the sun. Fun, fun, fun. We're going to the sun. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Fun, fun, fun. We're going to the sun. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
Now he can't really go to the sun.
No, he cannot.
It's too hot.
It's too hot.
But he can
Sorry,
wave to
dude.
it.
Wave, hello. Okay, now we're going to go by the stars. Ready? Far, 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 we're going by the stars. Far, 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 we're going by the stars. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Far, 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 we're going by the stars. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Uh-oh, I took one of my shapes off my rocket.
You know, I really like how you made the rocket. Did you guys notice all of the shapes that she has on her rocket? Up at the top in the yellow, there's one big triangle, and we have 2 small triangles down here too. And then the purple part is a big rectangle, yeah. And the bottom is a trapezoid. Yeah, the orange part's a trapezoid. And we kind of have a pattern in the middle of the rocket. Circle, circle, circle. See how they're in a row and they repeat?
I took it right off, and now you don't have your pattern, and you don't have your windows either.
No.
You'd be a little sad, so we'll put that back on
Our
there.
repeating circles make a pattern in the middle of our rocket. Hey, do you think we could make some other things with the felt shapes that have repeating patterns in them?
We could, but before we do that, I want to talk about different kinds of shapes.
All right, Miss Sarah, I think you're right. Shapes are important to go over because a lot of patterns that we see use shapes that repeat over and over again. So let's talk about some different kinds of shapes. I have a lot of different shapes here that I'm going to put up on the board, and we're going to learn the names. Let's pick this big one first. You know what that's called? It's a rectangle. This rectangle has 4 sides. 2, 3, 4. And it also has 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice 2 of those sides are really long.
And they're the same.
And they're the same. And then these 2 are really short. And they're the same. So that is a rectangle. Good. All right, let's pick a different one. Ooh, what about this one?
They're like cousins.
Yeah, they're pretty close. You might recognize this one from our pattern earlier. It's a square. A square has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it has 4 corners.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But if you look at all these sides, every side is the same. They're all the same length. Okay, let's try another one. Ooh, this one's really big and bright. All right, this looks like the top of our rocket ship. Do you remember what shape it is?
It's a triangle.
A triangle. A triangle has 3 sides.
1, 2, 3.
And it also has 3 corners.
1,
or points.
2, 3.
Very nice. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, this one makes me so hungry because it looks like one of my favorite treats. It's a crescent. Have you ever had a crescent roll before? Kind of looks like a crescent roll. Okay, so if we're looking at this, it has 2 points. 1, 2. And it also has 2 sides.
One of them is, well, they're both curved.
And they're both curved. If you look at these, they have straight sides, but our crescent is different because it has a curved side.
In French, they call it
croissant.
I don't know if they call it
I don't
the
know if they
crescent
do
moon,
either.
the croissant moon, but
It's my best French accent. All right, there's another shape up there. This one is...
it's a stop sign.
Oh, it doesn't look like a stop sign. It is an octagon. And an octagon has 8 different sides.
Shall we count?
You see it?
You
Yep.
ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And it also has 8 points or 8 corners.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And all of the sides are the same length. It's like 8 tiny little lines that are all the same connected to make a shape. Okay, we've got 3 more. This one does kind of look like a kite, and it's called a diamond. Let's count how many sides this diamond has.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Very good. How many points or corners?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Awesome job. There's our diamond. Okay. Oh, this one looks like the bottom of the rocket ship. And we said it was a trapezoid. It looks similar to the rectangle and the square, but not quite. Let's count its sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. It's got 4 sides and 4 corners. Let's check.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Awesome. One more shape. Ooh, kind of looks like a circle, but not quite. Yeah, it looks like you took a circle and went stretched it. This is called an oval. Kind of looks like a stretched circle. It's not perfectly round, but it's got some round spots on it.
You know, Miss Katie, an oval does not have any straight lines. They're all curved.
That's right. It's all curved.
Yep, and we forgot this one.
There's our circle. Yep. So now we're going to look at all of these shapes, and we're going to try to figure out some ways that all of these shapes or some of these shapes are different and some ways that they might be the same. We may not sort them, but we're just going to talk about what we see up here. So do you see any shapes that are different from each other?
They're all different.
Yeah, they are all different from each other. Every one of them has a different name. These 2 are different colors.
Oh, we'll put them all over there.
They're different shapes. They're different sizes. So all of them are different.
I want to figure out one way that they're all the same, that some of them are the same. So some of these are the same and that they are the color
red. Yeah,
red.
Those 2, the octagon and the rectangle, are the same color. So that's one way they're the same.
We're going to put them back over here. What's another way that you can see that they are the same, Miss Katie?
Well, we said these 2 were close because the square has 4 corners And a rectangle has 4 corners too, so that makes those the same.
I have something else.
What else? The trapezoid has 4 corners.
That's right, and it has 4
Ooh.
sides.
And so does the diamond.
Awesome!
Look how all of those are the same.
Now, could I put the triangle over here?
Well, it doesn't have 4 sides, so it wouldn't match with that group.
It wouldn't. Very cool.
Let's try another one. I see one.
Okay. Go.
I think the oval, the circle, and the crescent could all make a group.
Because
They all have sides that are curved.
yeah, they have curved lines. Good. One way that these are different, though, is that this one has 2 points. So
And the other one doesn't have any
yeah,
points.
if we want, but that doesn't mean that we can't put them in the same because they have curved lines.
If we changed it to points, we just have to move it back.
That's exactly right. That is so cool. Do you know you can take these shapes and you can make pictures out of them? Watch
Wow.
this. Ah. We're going to the moon. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
That kind of looks like the rocket.
Moon.
Yeah.
It's a little bit top heavy, but it still works. And you know what? We could add a little shape on there too. I have something else. I'm going to see if you can guess
Okay.
what this is, Katie. I'm going to use a repeating pattern, and I'm going to use this shape. Do you know what shape that is?
Ooh, it looks like our rectangle, but a really long
Yeah,
rectangle.
it is a very long rectangle. Let's see if you can guess what I'm making.
Okay.
You-
It's brown, purple, brown,
Purple.
purple. I see the repeating pattern. You've got rectangles repeating, and they're different colors, so we could call this pattern brown, purple.
What comes next?
Brown,
Yeah.
and then purple.
Yeah.
But I still don't know what picture she's making. Brown. Lots of rectangles though.
Yeah. It looks pretty
It
tall.
does.
We'll do
Purple.
one more. And that's it for our rectangle pattern. Now I'm going to add a triangle to the top.
So we've ended our rectangle pattern. Now we have a triangle up top.
Hey, I heard rocket ship. It does kind of look like our rocket ship. Let me add something else that might make you think different.
Hey, that looks like a chimney.
I think Miss Katie's getting that.
And this could be a door. This rectangle
2
could be a
more
door.
rectangles.
And now she's adding some squares like windows. It's a house.
You've got it, Miss Katie. Great job.
Very cool. These shapes made a repeating pattern, but when you put all of the shapes together, it made a picture. And you can find a lot of repeating patterns that are made out of shapes all around you, outside, in your house, in nature. So let's take a look at some examples of patterns that use shapes.
This pattern was found in the carpet at our house. You can see that it uses small squares that repeat to make a pattern. This is a pattern we found outside on the porch. Do you see the tall rectangles that repeat on this railing? There are also rectangles that repeat on the floor that make a pattern. Here's a pattern we found outside with some bricks. Do you see the patterns in the rectangles? They have 2 standing up, and then 2 side to side, then 2 standing up, then 2 side to side, and then that pattern is stacked on top of each other. We found this pattern outside as well. Do you see the repeating squares? This pattern is from some tile in a bathroom. It uses a very unique shape, not one that we named earlier. You can see that it has some curved edges, some points, and some straight edges too, but the shape repeats to create a pattern.
So, did you see some neat shapes and patterns from our pictures outside? I am just amazed when...
I sure saw some cool patterns. Right on.
Why are you wearing those sunglasses? Because we are inside. You do not need them inside.
Because I'm feeling all right and pretending to be my favorite fictional character. I got an idea. I will build the character with shapes on the board and you can guess who I'm trying to be.
I'm up for it. Let's go.
First shape. This big, ginormous rectangle. All right, can you tell who it is?
3, 4.
Okay, no. All right, I'll keep going. All right, let's add another rectangle, this time a skinny one.
Okay.
I'm going to repeat and add another skinny rectangle.
A spider. And maybe it's, oh, is it the very busy spider?
Nah, man, you're giving me the blues. We got to keep going. We got to keep building. Let's add 2 more skinny rectangles. Rectangle, 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 rectangle.
There's 5 rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Cool. Hey, cool. I think I've got it,
Okay.
man. I'm
She's
starting to
onto
feel
something.
fine about this.
Okay, let's put some ovals
Those look
on
like
the
feet.
bottom.
I love it. Have you figured out who it is yet? Are you feeling fine? A long tail. Oh, he's looking cool.
I can't give it away just yet.
Floating triangles. Love it.
All right.
And I figured out who it is. Did you figure it out? It is. It's Pete
It's
the cat.
Pete the cat. And speaking of Pete the cat, we've got a really cool read aloud, Pete the cat and his magic sunglasses. And while you're listening, make sure you're looking for patterns that repeat in the words or any patterns that you see in the pictures. It's pretty rad.
Pete the Cat and His Magic Sunglasses by Kimberly and James Dean. Illustrated by James Dean. This book was read with permission by Scholastic Publishers. As we read the book today, I want you to look for patterns. Pete the Cat and His Magic Sunglasses. Pete the Cat did not feel happy today. Pete had never, ever, ever, ever been grumpy before. Pete had the blue cat blues. Do you see some shapes in this picture? I see rectangles, I see squares, and I see Pete the cat being pretty sad. I see a few shapes on Pete the cat too. The raindrops repeat. Then, as if things were not bad enough, along came Grumpy Toad. Grumpy Toad was never happy. He always wore a frown. I see repeating shapes on Grumpy Toad's motorcycle. Do you see the stripes? Red, white, red, white, red, white. Do you see the parts of his engine? Some of them are rectangles. I see circles. I see lots of patterns on his motorcycle. But Grumpy Toad was not grumpy today. He said, "Ribbit, these cool blue magic sunglasses make the blues go away. They help you see things in a whole new way." Pete put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and he looked around. Right on. The birds are singing. The sky is bright. The sun is shining and I'm feeling all right. Look up at the sun. Do you see shapes? I do. The sun is a circle. The rays around the sun are rectangles. They make up a pattern. Pete thanked Grumpy Toad for the cool blue magic sunglasses. He went on his way, and soon he saw Squirrel. Squirrel did not look happy. Pete said, "Hey, what's wrong, Squirrel?" "I'm so mad. Nothing is going my way. I only found 1 acorn today." Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Squirrel put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and he looked all around. Awesome! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, and I am feeling all right. Pete said goodbye to Squirrel and he continued on his way. Soon he saw his friend Turtle. Turtle did not look happy. "Hey, what's wrong, Turtle?" Pete asked. "I'm so frustrated. Nothing is going my way. I am all upside down today." Look at Turtle's tummy. Do you see a pattern there? Look at his shell. Do you see half circle patterns? I see patterns on the sidewalk. Do you see them on the house? Where are they on the house? If you said window, you were right. Pete said, try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way. Turtle put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around. Far out! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, I am feeling all right. Pete kept rolling along until he saw Alligator. Alligator did not look happy. What's wrong, Alligator? Pete asked. I'm so sad. Nothing's going my way. No one wants to play with me today. Look at Alligator's teeth. Do they make a pattern? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, a repeated pattern. Pete said, hey, try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way. Alligator put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and he looked all around. Rockin'! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, and I'm feeling all right. Do you see patterns on the back of Alligator? They're zigzag patterns. Pete was rolling along and feeling all right when suddenly he fell back. The cool blue magic sunglasses went crack. Oh no, Pete didn't know what to do without those sunglasses. Just then, Pete looked up at the tree. Wise old owl said, Pete, you don't need magic sunglasses to see things in a new way. Just remember to look for the good in every day. Pete looked around without his sunglasses. Too cool! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, and we're feeling all right. We saw patterns with our eyes. Did you hear patterns with your ears? When did you hear the pattern? Pete the cat shared his cool blue magic sunglasses with his friends who were feeling sad or depressed or frustrated. And after they put them on and looked around, they saw things in a different way. The pattern was, the birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, and we're feeling all right. It was repeated throughout the book. If you heard that, then you heard a pattern today. Hey, thanks for listening.
Part 2, Growing Patterns.
Patterns are important because they help us to know what's coming next. Let's go on a pretend car ride. So I'm driving in my truck and I'm going downtown and I'm going this way on the road, and then there's another road right here that I have to cross. Am I driving? Drive for me, please.
Okay.
Oh no, there's an intersection. I don't know if I need to go or slow down or to stop. What do I do?
You have to look at the
Stoplight. That's right. So if you look up, you'll see a stoplight, and that stoplight will have 3 colors. The color green, the color
yellow,
and the color
red.
green means go. Yellow means slow, and red means stop.
That's right. And the stoplight actually makes a pattern. It starts with green, then it changes to yellow, then it changes to red. And that's the pattern, green, yellow, red.
But wait a minute.
Green, yellow, red.
When I'm driving, that yellow light is really quick.
That's right. They're not the same length. The green one will stay green for a long time.
So it's like green.
And then we have a quick yellow.
Yellow.
Because it just gives you a little bit of a warning that you're about to have to stop, which is red for a long time.
We could do that.
So it kind of goes green, yellow, red.
Good.
Green, yellow, red. And it repeats over and over again.
So I know if it's green, then I need to be expecting
Quick yellow.
The quick yellow. And I know yellow's quick, so I need to not be messing around. I need to get ready to stop.
That's right. Hey, do you think we can make a pattern using these colors like on the stoplight?
I think so.
Okay,
you
let's
go ahead
try
and
it.
start.
Okay, we're gonna make the pattern just like the stoplight does. So we want to start with green, yellow, red, and that can be the name of our pattern. Green, yellow, red. We know that patterns repeat, so let's repeat that again.
Green,
Green,
yellow. I gotta go fast.
red.
Awesome.
Repeat it again. Green.
Green,
What comes next? Yellow. That quick yellow.
red,
Red. Very good. See how we made a pattern using those colors?
Can we do it one more time?
Yep. Green.
Green, yellow, red. So patterns are important because they help you to know what's coming.
Next.
What is a growing pattern?
All right, now we're going to talk about growing patterns. A growing pattern is a pattern that gets bigger or smaller in the same way every time you repeat. Let's practice one together. I'm going to start with one yellow square. And for this growing pattern, we're going to add one every time. So I'm going to repeat that yellow square, but because it's a growing pattern, I'm going to add one more. So we have one yellow. Now we have two yellows. Now what we want to do is repeat this again, but it's a growing pattern, so we're going to repeat and add one more. Okay, let's try it again. We repeat.
1, 2, there's your repeat.
And then we have to add one more.
So now we have 3.
3.
Can I try the next one?
Yep, see how it's growing? We've got 1, now we have 2, now we have 3. We want to repeat,
Okay.
and then we're going to add one more.
Okay.
Very good. So we have 1 yellow, 2 yellows, 3 yellows, 4 yellows. Can you see how the line gets longer and bigger each time? Because we add one more. Okay, I've got one more type of growing pattern, a different example that I want to try. This time I'm going to try to do a growing pattern with 2 colors. And each time I'm going to add 1 yellow. So that's my growing pattern rule.
Your rule is adding one
one
yellow. But you
So
have
I'm going to
green.
start with a green. Then I have to repeat my pattern again.
So you're always going to start with the green.
So I repeat it again, but my rule was add 1 yellow.
There's that yellow.
Now let's repeat it again. We've got to repeat this part right here. So we need a green and a yellow. But what was our rule?
Add a
Add
yellow.
a yellow. So we have to add another yellow. So we had 0 yellows, 1 yellow, 2 yellows. Okay, let's try it again. We want to repeat.
Okay. Green, yellow, yellow, because you're repeating. And our rule is to add 1 yellow.
That's right. So let's add another yellow right
That's
there.
awesome.
Okay. Think we can do it one more time?
Let's
try.
repeat. So we're going to have a green and then 1, 2, 3 yellows.
1,
This is a growing pattern. It's growing.
2, 3. And our rule, that one's trying to run away. Our rule is we add 1 yellow each time.
That is awesome. It's kind of like somebody walking up.
It does look like
Stairs,
stairs.
so
And the
stairs.
yellows grew each time. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So stairs are really growing patterns because you're growing in height.
Gets a little taller each time.
That's awesome.
Let's see if we can make some growing patterns with some things you might have around your house.
Stem extension. Parking lot patterns.
Hey friends, it's time for a really neat extension activity. This is something that you can do at home and it goes with growing patterns.
you'll need a roll of tape, and I used painter's tape, and a place in your house where you can put tape down on the floor. So you might choose hard floor or carpet. If you use carpet, don't leave the tape down for a long time because it could leave sticky on the carpet. I know that, I've done that. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna make roads with your tape. I made a road that went that way. I made a trapezoid over there. I did a triangle right here. And then I made just roads going everywhere. If you have houses, you could put the houses in there. You'll need tape, a floor, and some fun cars. I made a parking lot right here. I taped one line here, and then I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines to make parking spots. So let's start on our growing pattern. How many yellow cars do I have? 1, I have 1. Well, I'm gonna put another one over here because I'm gonna make a growing pattern. And my growing pattern is to add 1. So I repeat it, and then I added 1. Let's do another one. Let's repeat. I don't have enough yellow, so we're just gonna go with whatever color. There's my repeat. Our pattern is to add 1, so here comes that 1. Do you see how my pattern's growing? I started with 1, now I have 2, now I have 3, so let's do a repeat. 1, 2, 3, don't eat the cars. And our rule is to add 1, so let's do it. That's 4. Do you see how our pattern grew? 1, 2, 3, 4. Shall we try it one more time? What do you think, Tuck? One more time? Okay, ready? Let's repeat that pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my repeated pattern. The rule is to add 1. Let's do it. And 4. Do you see how my pattern's growing? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our growing pattern. Hey, thanks for playing with us today. You can make other patterns too using the colors of your car, or you could do truck, car. It's really up to you. If you have cars at home, you can make patterns. Have fun. So we've been talking about growing patterns, but now we're going to talk about patterns that shrink.
That's right. A growing pattern, the rule is you have to add something or make it bigger each time. A shrinking pattern is similar, but the rule changes. You have to take something away or make it smaller each time. And we're going to practice and watch one of those using a song.
That's right. We have some bears. Let's count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We have 5 brown bears, and they're taking their winter sleep. But you know what? It's not winter anymore, so these bears need to wake up. It's spring, but we're going to wake them up one at a time. We're going to do a shrinking pattern here, but I'll need your help. Do you have 5? That's right. And here is your bed. So you can help sing the song with us, and you can put the bears to bed as well. Here we go. There are 5 brown bears, take a winter sleep. 5 brown bears, take a winter sleep. If one of those bears should wake without a peep, shh. There'd be 4 brown bears taking a winter sleep. 4 brown bears take a winter sleep. 4 brown bears take a winter sleep. If one of those bears should wake without a peep, shh. Cover them up. How many are left? 1, 2, 3. There'll be 3 brown bears taking a winter sleep. 3 brown bears take a winter sleep. 3 brown bears bears take a winter sleep. If one of those bears should wake without a peep, shh. There'll be 2 brown bears taking a winter sleep. 2 brown bears taking a winter sleep. 2 brown bears taking a winter sleep. If one of those bears should wake without a peep, shh. There'll be 1 brown bear taking a winter sleep. 1 brown bear takes a winter sleep. 1 brown bear takes a winter sleep. If one of those bears should wake without a peep.
Where's everybody?
There'll be no brown bears taking a winter sleep.
Did you see how it made a shrinking pattern?
Mm-hmm.
Every time we sang the song, our number went down by 1 bear. We had 5 bears sleeping, then 4, then 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, it is kind of like a blast off. And you might have noticed at the bottom, we had a growing pattern. Because at first, there were 0 bears awake.
Yeah.
And then there was 1 bear who was awake.
Yeah.
And then we added another one, so it grew. And then another, and another, and another. So we had a shrinking pattern up here because they were all getting out of bed. But a growing pattern because they were all starting to wake up.
I love it. Hey, we're going to close today with another read along. This one is Bear Snores On. So I want you to listen for the repeated phrase in this book. And I'll give you a hint. It's the title. Bear Snores On. Take a listen.
Yay, that was good. That one was even better.
Yeah.
Bear Snores On, written by Karma Wilson, illustrated by Jane Chapman, read with permission by Simon and Schuster. Bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, in his deep dark lair, through the long cold winter, sleeps a great brown bear. Cuddled in a heap, with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day, he sleeps through the night. The cold wind howls, and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. An itty-bitty mouse, pitter-pat, tiptoe, creep-crawls in the cave from the fluff-cold snow. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dark, too dank, so he lights wee twigs with a small, hot spark. The coals pip, pop, and the wind doesn't stop, but the bear snores on. 2 glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. "Ho, Mouse," says Hare, "long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. Mouse sips wee slurps. Hare burps big burps. But the bear snores on. A badger scuttles by, sniffs at the air. "I smell yummy yums, perhaps we can share." "I've brought honey nuts," Badger says with a grin. "Let's divvy them up, cozy down, and dig in." And they nibble and they munch with a chew, chomp, crunch. But the bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. Then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. Mole mutters, "What a night! What a storm!" twitters wren. And everybody clutters in the great bear's den. They tweet and they titter, they chat and they chitter, but the bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Hare stokes the fire, Mouse seasons the stew, then a small pepper fleck makes the bear achoo! He blows and he sneezes and the whole crowd freezes. and the bear wakes up. Bear gnarls and he snarls and he roars and he rumbles. Bear jumps and he stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. You've snuck in my lair and you've had all the fun, but me, I was sleeping and I have had none. And he whimpers and he moans and he wails and he groans, and the bear blubbers on. Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret, don't fuss, look, see, we can pop more corn and we can brew more tea." Bear gulps, bear gobbles, he sighs with delight, then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp clear dawn, Bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. Did you see a pattern in this book? The animals came in to the bear's lair, but Bear snores on. They popped corn and they brewed tea and they danced, but the bear snores on. If you heard that the bear snores on, you heard a pattern. Let's say it together. But the bear snores on.
Let's review.
Hey, thanks for joining us today at Auburn Day School. Today we learned about patterns. We learned that patterns repeat, and it's important that they repeat because they help us to know what's coming next, like with the stoplight. Green, yellow, red. Green, yellow, red. Green, yellow, red. Green.
Very good. We also learned about growing patterns, which are patterns that get bigger by the same amount every time. Remember, we talked about how they have rules. So we started with 1, and our rule was to add 1 more each time.
Right.
1, we repeated, add 1 more, now we have 2. Repeat that, add 1 more, and now we have 3. And then repeat that, add 1 more, and we have 4. We had a lot of fun read-alouds and activities for you guys today, and there's more that you can find on our website, auburndayschool.com. And remember, if you try anything, take a picture of some patterns that you find or that you make at home and share them on our Facebook page.
Hey, see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in.